What is up, boners? We're back. This is episode 46. And
Ta-da!
we're almost to 50. Dude, seriously, I can't even since 43. It's still shocking that we're almost to 50 episodes. We're almost a year in.
Nothing wrong with that. Not bad for a hobby. I guess
Not
we're
bad.
okay.
Not bad at all. But how fucking crazy is it that, when all this first started, they were like, yeah, it's only going to take 2 weeks with these masks and then everyone's going to go back to normal.
Hey man, I was calling it another strain of the common flu and should have burnt out over the summer, and it just we all have our life stories to talk about COVID. It's gonna go down in history. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. I don't know either because this is fucking insane. But on that note of insane, there's something that really needs to be talked about. Bad Baby, aka Catch Me Outside, How About That from Dr. Phil, made $1 million on OnlyFans in 6 hours after she had just turned 18.
I'm
$1
not
million.
surprised, dude.
Are you fucking kidding me? Do you
No,
see
not at all.
why I need to get you an OnlyFans?
No, I don't want to be in. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? I'm not gonna be in
You can make
OnlyFans.
us so much money from that. Do you realize what avenue of people will be in your lane?
I only want one person, and that's your mother.
That's
That's it.
fine.
Anybody else, I
That's
don't care.
physical. Digital, you can do a whole lot of things with this. Hey, dude, what if somebody paid you $100 to show off your pinky toe?
I'll show my old swimming pool picture. I don't give a fuck. I don't have to pose for it
No, no, no,
now.
no. Yeah, right now. Dude, I'm telling you, if you did, there's a hot commodity right now for old guys and old women. And you're right up, you have the little gray going on right there. Look at that. Look at that little goat chin.
Vintage.
It'll work. Just let me do this for you, please. Let me get you OnlyFans, and then that alone can support this podcast.
You can't hear it, but you see it, right? You can't hear it, but you see it, right?
Anyways, okay, so
Yeah.
you shot down that one.
Nah, I ain't a chance, dude.
All right. Well, on that note, then going back to the pandemic, there's a bigger pandemic that literally nobody is fucking talking about and is driving me insane. That is the fact that grown men are disgusting as fuck. Okay? You go into a public bathroom where there's locker rooms and you don't put down a single sheet of toilet paper layer? Are you out of your fucking mind? You just sit down? What kind of sick, twisted fuck does that? And these
Your
are high paid
coworkers.
individuals.
Oh,
High paid individuals.
I'm not surprised, son.
Okay? They are fucking disgusting. Like, no one's talking about it. You're not even talking about it. Is this normal?
Dude, I've seen people in gyms, you're right. Even at doctors' offices or before the whole pandemic and everybody washing their hands, I've seen a lot of people come out of bathrooms who never washed their hands, and most of them wear suit and ties.
You are all disgusting human beings. I hope you know that. You are sick. I literally was at my job and I was leaving. I was changing out and someone ran in like they're being chased by Michael fucking Myers, kick open the goddamn bathroom stall and just nothing.
Yeah, that's some ice cream like Cheech and Chong, huh?
There's no there was no I don't give a fuck if you're out of the toilet paper covers. Put down some toilet paper and layer it. Don't be a fucking savage from Viking eras and just shit wherever you want. Disgusting. And that's two things. That's two things that I really want to talk about. And it's just, I mean, fuck, dude. I'm almost 30 years old, and I've since I was a child. If I didn't have toilet paper to lay down, I'll go do the hand motion of the fucking of the paper towels and layer that thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sitting on that bare ass. Are you kidding me? It is
There's
disgusting.
nasty fucks in them facilities.
It is gross. It is sickening and gross. And you should all be put to sleep, I think. All of you. You sick bastards. But on a lighter note, this story is not disturbing. It's not involving public restrooms. It is not involving OnlyFans. Although, if there was OnlyFans back then, I guarantee you this guy would have made a dick ton of money.
Sure, there were, but that's just like going to a speakeasy. It wasn't something that was well publicized.
So then, why won't you do it? This will help us.
We live in a world of video, Wi-Fi, satellite. No, I'm okay. I'll keep my chubby fat ass in my chair with my clothes on.
Yes, this is not a dark story. It's not a true crime story. It's not a paranormal story. It's actually one that I've had in the can for a while. And this is one that I wanted to tell him because he's always getting so wishy-washy with dark stories and they get bad. And
only 2 stories I've been wishy-washy about, and they were very disturbing. Anything that has to do with hurting your family, those people should not exist.
I agree. Yeah. So with that being said, everybody please enjoy episode 45. No, 6. See, I fucked up again. 46. 46. This is the French Angel. Enjoy.
Oui, oui. Hi guys, welcome back to the Bull Talk with BTWBJ podcast.
Guess what, motherfucker?
Some of the information you are about to hear, some may find disturbing. I don't know who gave them this or who gave them the clearance. On the crotch.
Oh my lord.
Right there.
Can we Google that?
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then I fucking stumbled down a dark hole and I love it.
Great cake parties. If I'm going to believe anybody's bullshit, I'm going to believe mine.
It sounds not politically correct, but
you 2 motherfuckers need Jesus.
we're going to go a little lighter, okay? We're going to go a little lighter with the story, but a little darker with the beer. So, This story is, again, actually not of the United States of America. We actually are going to be going to France. Francais. Talk about the France. This is going to be the story of Maurice Tillet. And I may be pronouncing that wrong because I'm not French. And I can barely speak Spanish. So, bear with me. Maurice was born on October 23rd, 1903. To 2 French parents, and I personally cannot find their names. So if anybody could find their names, please, I'd be more than willing to get that information. But
France and Francis.
Francine?
Francine and Francis.
Cheers, by the way.
Cheers. Yep.
Are you drinking tonight?
Yeah, I have the same beer, IPA.
The Lagunitas?
Yeah. 805's on sale for $10.98.
Ooh.
Just a FYI at your local Lucky store.
Yeah. His mother was a teacher. That's what was written down and found in some of the notes or the research. And his father was a railroad engineer. His father was actually involved in the Trans-Siberian Railroad, and he died I mean, that's a lot of money back then. Especially then because
that's historical.
It's huge. It's very historical.
Mm-hmm.
His father died when Maurice was 8 years old, so he really didn't get to know his own dad. He was also born in St. Petersburg, Russia. He was Russian by birth, but French because he used to live there, you know? He probably know Georges St. Pierre, yeah?
That's Quebec.
Quebec. Same thing.
One's in Canada.
They still speak It still speaks French.
All right.
Yeah. Growing up he was a very sweet kid, and not to say that he was evil or anything like that later on in life, but he grew up a very sweet child. He was, according to his mother, an angel. She said he was a extremely beautiful young child. He was very, very sweet. He was very soft spoken, very kind to other children, and it was liked around all the people, whether they were old or young. The angel had no unusual features as a child, meaning he didn't have any defects. Nothing like. I think more recently is when a lot of children started getting more Down syndrome, or like what's the one, like the what's that movie where the guy's like, I am a human being, I am a man. Elephant Man. That's the one. So elephantitis, right? That's what it's called. They didn't have all those growths on their faces and whatnot.
Well, it's the whole body. It's in general any part of the body, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's an arm wrestler who's, if you look him up, his fingers are no joke, are probably 1.5 inches round. He's an arm wrestler. He looks funny from his shoulders down. He has gigantic arms, hands, and fingers, and he's an arm wrestler.
Really?
Yeah, he looks huge. But
wait, he's not that dude that has the silicone that's always walking around like this, right? Is it that guy?
No, that guy's from Brazil. That's oil. That's cooking oil.
That guy put cooking oil in his fucking arms?
That's oil, some sort of raw oil or something like that. No, that guy's from Brazil, but the guy I'm talking about, I think, is from either Pennsylvania or Pittsburgh. I can't remember. I'll send you a link of the guy. He's an arm wrestling champion.
Whoa. Wow. I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, friends of Maurice would say that he had a very angelic face. He had blonde hair, dark eyes though, but was very, very sweet. So later on in life, after his mother named him an angel, he then started becoming the French angel later on in life. And this will kind of get into that name a little bit later. Now, according to reports, during the Russian Revolution of 1917, this is now only 15 years after he was born, is when he moved to France with his mother. In the book, The French Angel Record Book, Maurice's mother would say about her son, he was perfectly normal at birth. He had a kind mind, an intelligent curiosity, and a well-built body. He was a slim boy with blonde hair and an angelic face. Now, I keep saying angelic face because this is what he was just described as. He was a very beautiful child, very beautiful kid. Then, at around 17 years old, Maurice went from looking like an angel to looking like Shrek. His head, his hands, his feet, and his chest began to swell uncontrollably. And by 19 years old, he was diagnosed with a rare disorder known as acromegaly. It was a hormonal disorder that develops with the pituitary gland, as the pituitary gland produces too much growth hormone during adulthood, causing bones to thicken to an abnormal size. The effects of men and women are equal in numbers. 3 out of 1 million people develop this disorder every single year today. That's crazy.
No, I know.
It's still happening today.
They can't find it, yeah.
But that's 3 out of 1 million. There's like 200 and something million in freaking San Francisco alone. So maybe there are some French angels walking around downtown SF or something.
Maybe.
You never know.
We don't know what the hell's walking around San Francisco, son.
That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. There's a lot of naked individuals. And they're just regular people just walking down. Like they're working 9 to 5 and they're just walking down.
Probably city workers.
Possibility. But this did not stop Maurice from being a very active young adult. Maurice was particularly fond of rugby, and in 1926, he even shook hands with King George V after a game in London. Maurice joined the Navy once he was of age, and he had a dream of becoming a lawyer. Now, my question is, why does anybody want to be a lawyer? Why? Can you answer that?
Nowadays,
Yeah, nowadays, then, before, I don't know.
then they didn't have TV and internet. They didn't want to go to war.
That's very true.
Education was probably hard to come by. So what's it going to stop him from seeking out knowledge on his own?
Hmm.
There was no interferences. They had no running water back then, or no electricity, probably.
Yeah, they didn't know electricity. I'm sure they had running water. And if they didn't, they were doing that shit where they throw it out of the window with a bucket. Which, by the way, is where the term shit face comes from, in case anybody is wondering.
He might have been one of the participants.
Now, while in the Navy, he served 5 years. He was able to become an engineer. So he was a fairly smart dude. Now, this was before, and this is where it kind of switches and where his nickname, the French Angel, really comes into play. This is before he became a professional wrestler. WWE style, WWF, WCW, all these other W's. This is what he eventually went into doing. Maurice met the light heavyweight champion at the time, who was an amateur wrestler from Lithuania, a Carlo Pohilo, and he convinced Maurice to join the sport. Now, if you're curious as to what Maurice looked like, I am about to show you. That's
where the character. There he is, right there. Shrek, right in the middle.
Yep, right here. So yes, actually, he is the what is that? The prototype of Shrek. What eventually ended up happening is that after he met with Carl in 1939, Maurice moved to Paris, France, where he began wrestling and training for 2 years until World War II. He moved to America to get away from the war, and on January 24th, 1940, Maurice made his wrestling debut. He walked down the aisle, entered the ring, leaped over the rope, and roared at the crowd. Now, if you remember the movie Shrek, there's a part in the movie where Shrek goes to Lord Farquhar. Thank you. Look, see, are you sure that you're not part French?
I've had a French woman or two.
Okay.
Just keep going.
Alrighty. Well, cheers to that one. But yes, there's a scene in there where he jumps over the ring. Lord Farquhar says, this is right before he actually tells Shrek to go on this task to go find this beautiful princess. And he actually starts wrestling people, and people are like, use the chair. And he hits them in the face and all this other stuff. It's actually pretty cool. And
so it's a reference to this guy.
It's a huge reference. He was in essence the backbone, the profile of Shrek the ogre.
I wonder if he gets paid for that.
Huh?
I wonder if his family got paid for that, or if there's
know.
any royalties.
There should be.
It was based off an actual character.
An actual person, not a character. Character. Person.
Yeah. Well, the wrestler. I'm just saying his character, the wrestler, the person. Yes, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. We can look into that. Now, to the Americans, Maurice was no longer an angel. He was the freak of the ring. And because of this freakish appearance, he was sold he was sold as, this is his nickname in America, as the Unstoppable Freak. Because good old Americans can't fucking just go with, oh, look at this angelic person. And like, that guy's fucking hideous. Let's call him the ugly fuck that smashes people's face.
Well, he was pure entertainment, dude. You got to realize
especially back
that.
then.
Yeah.
Those people didn't give a
that's-
shit back then.
No, they probably went to Saturday matinees and quarter movies, or who knows what they had.
So after being
Yep, but
named the Unstoppable Freak, Maurice went on to star in a few movies on the silver screen because of his appearance. Now, I did go on his IMDb page, and these are the movies that Maurice starred in. The 1991 Dragnet Night as the Cannon Man, 1931 Reve Grange as the Man in Suit at Bar. These are all on his IMDb. 1934 Maria Capelinde. He was the camp cook / server. In 1935, in Princess Tam Tam, he was the bar patron. Also in 1935, he was the Carnaval in Flanders. It's French. I don't know. He was a part of the shaving scene patron. So I guess he was just being shaved while someone was talking, while looking like this.
So he played an extra a lot.
Apparently so. And in his final film in 1936, Les Butières de la Volga, un batelier. This was also French for the shop worker.
Jesus, just say the shop worker.
Listen, okay, I did extensive research on this, and this is what I found. Okay.
Okay.
Scientists who attended these wrestling matches were baffled, as the majority of the acromegalos that's the word that I was looking for, did not live past 30. Due to bone thickness, they would get very weak and unable to move. At the time of Maurice coming to the U.S., performing in professional wrestling, he was 37 years old and land the smackdown on your candy ass.
Jesus.
He stood 5'8", 270 pounds with a 47-inch chest. That's how big that fool's chest was. He swelled that much. His hands, he actually looked like my uncle's hands. He had little sausage fingers.
Yeah.
Scientists declared that Maurice was the closest living man at the time. I don't know if this is more of a compliment, or I don't know if it's a compliment. I don't know if it's an insult, or like, hey man, this actually is pretty interesting. But the scientists declared him to be the closest living man at the time to a Neanderthal.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's a compliment now, but at that time when they had no facts about his condition or his,
I mean, if anything,
his living condition in general.
Yeah, if anything, they had very little facts on his living or not even living condition, but his condition in general. So he was the closest living person at the time that looked and resembled a Neanderthal. His matches were scripted, and he was slated to win every match for 19 months. And from 1940 to 1942, for that 19 months, he was supposed to win every single match. And during this time, he had a very real rivalry with an American wrestler and American Wrestling Association world title holder, Steve Casey. Now, their first match was Maurice won by disqualification. The reason why they won is because Steve kept poking him in the eye. So he won by disqualification. He won the AWAWT, the title. What's up, everybody? It's Bo.
And me, Big Jim.
From Bo Talks with Big Jim Podcast. If you're interested in skateboarding, we got something for you.
It is said by many that skating is life.
Whether you're riding vert, street style, or cruising around on a longboard, it's part of who you are.
With this in mind, Pipe Dream Sk8 Co was created.
In its early days, it was merely a father-son project to build a longboard.
After family and friends started taking notice, orders started coming in for custom boards of their own.
Seeing this as an opportunity to start and grow a business, Pipe Dream Sk8 Company was born.
Even today, it remains a family-run company with customers all across the country.
Each longboard is handcrafted with quality in mind.
Woods are hand-selected for their pattern, color, and strength.
The urethane wheels and high-quality bearings are a perfect blend for a fast, smooth ride, while the reverse kingpin trucks increase the turning radius to carve down any street or boardwalk.
And when you're riding a Pipe Dream, you'll know that you are riding a one-of-a-kind board that caters to your individual style.
So head over to their Instagram at Pipe Dream Sk8 SK and the number 8 Co and get your handcrafted, custom-made Pipe Dream board today. There's 3 matches that were done by these guys. Maurice won the first one by disqualification by eye poke. The second one, Maurice won in a clean match, and Maurice was where Maurice was undefeated for 19 months. So that disqualification was also a part of that undefeated record. And then the third time, now this third time is later on in 1942, is when Maurice lost the title back to Steve Casey in a clean fight. If you're wondering what the title is, it's the American Wrestling Association World Title. Then in 1947, the Angel became a U.S. citizen. He was 100% saluting that American flag, people. However, he had to change his name from the Angel to the French Angel. Now, he was more commonly known as the Angel. And like I said earlier, the French Angel is what he started to become known as U.S. promoters began recruiting more talent with abnormalities and referring to them as angels. Carl, his protege is the one who taught him, right?
Protege.
His protege.
Or his mentor.
Carl, the mentor from Lithuania, was a huge inspiration to Maurice and in many cases his best friend. After years of smoking cigarettes, Carl passed away from lung cancer on September 4th, 1954, and Maurice felt very almost like a broken heart to when one of his friends died. His mentor. This is someone that he looked up to. This is someone who actually brought him into the business, someone who actually wanted to get him to a better place in wrestling. I mean, he's the guy who recruited him into doing wrestling to begin with. 13 hours after Carl's death, the French Angel was sent back to the heavens. Keep in mind, acromegaly.
Wait, he died after his mentor died?
Yes. 13 hours.
From what? His disease?
I'm going to tell you, yeah. Yeah, I'm about to read it right here.
Okay, sounds like a love story. He's been brokenhearted.
It happened 13 hours after he died. Now, keep in mind, it's not only the increases in size and the bones, but it's also organs as well. So now, like I said, on September 4th, 1953, his buddy died. After being informed of his friend dying, Maurice fell ill and felt that his chest was going to explode. So he literally had a heart attack. And like I just said too, his organs or his bones were not the only things that swelled. It's his organs also. The normal human heart, is about the size of this
7
cup.
pounds.
It's about the size of this cup, give or take. Right?
Mm-hmm.
His heart was the size of an American football.
Holy shit. Are you serious?
Yes. An American football, not football. Football, pigskin, Tom Brady, cheater. Maurice suffered a major heart attack at the time of his death. And just like you said too, it was a love story because his mentor was such a big influence in his life and someone who he looked up to so much. Maurice was buried right next to his buddy in the Pojelo family plot. So Carl's family's plot. Now,
So the angel was an only child?
he was the only no, he had, I want to say he had 2 siblings, but they didn't say who exactly that they were. No, yeah, he was. I'm sorry. He was the only child. Only child. And yes, much like you said earlier, he was the inspiration of Shrek. Now, for those who maybe don't know, 2001, there was an animated film by DreamWorks called Shrek, where a big green ogre became friends with a talking donkey. Maurice Tillett was that inspiration. Having eerily similar face features to the French angel, Shrek is known as a hideous ogre, but with a very soft side. And much like everyone described Maurice. Now I'll pull up that picture again of what he recently looked like. But he was someone. How am I supposed to? Can you just see? Yeah, you can. So these pictures alone, him screaming like this, have this crazy big face. All of that was the features of Shrek. He had a big nose, big ears, gigantic head, the whole 9. So
crooked head.
Crooked head too. But this is exactly what Shrek looked like. I mean, look, compared to a normal person's hand, that person's hand, and for those who are just listening, there's a person, an individual having someone's. Is that a dentist?
Yeah, it's got to be. Who else is he gonna put his finger in his mouth? It's not his proctologist.
Hey, man, people have been having weird kinks for a long time, buddy.
That's all right.
Yes, he is being examined, and this dentist hand can literally fit inside of his mouth. Now, not only that, Maurice, the French angel, had a very, very soft heart, much like I mentioned before, to the point where he had a wife.
That was his wife. The pictures that you're showing.
Beautiful wife, and I'll show you what she looks like as well. And again, for those just listening, sucks to be you. I'm just kidding. This is his wife here.
Really?
Yes. This was, I'm trying to find her name. Olivia or Olga. Olga. That's the name. That's his wife here. So he literally in this picture looks like Shrek holding the Princess Fiona before she turns into an ogre. I mean, literally, he's wearing what looks to be tights kind of looking thing. No shirt.
Long John. Yeah.
Extremely hairy chest. And the Shrek features. And so that was his wife, Olga. So he was probably slanging some huge D if he had that illness that was going on. It couldn't be just his fingers that were like, his fingers weren't telling. He was probably swinging meat the size of this boot.
Well, lucky him, I guess.
I just hope that it wasn't curved like that, because that would not be good for anybody, especially that young lady. He would have destroyed her. And also, for those who don't know, although he was the profile, the inspiration of the character Shrek, while we're on the topic of Shrek, do you know who was originally written to play that character?
To play Shrek?
To play Shrek?
I guess I can't imagine anybody else other than to pull it off. Maybe Jim Carrey.
No.
Maybe Jim Carrey could have, but anybody other than Michael Myers, I'd be surprised. Oh no, Chris Farley.
Yes,
Chris
that is
Farley.
correct. Chris Farley in 2001, or not 2001, in the early 2000s, he was supposed to play Shrek, to the point where they even have voice recordings on storyboard of Chris and Eddie Murphy in the same sound booth doing the voices, which is crazy.
I can't remember where I heard it from.
And when Farley died, a whole new film had to be rewritten, and in a rush to create a film, it was presumed that DreamWorks found these images of Maurice.
Oh, so Shrek probably had a different.
He had a whole different characteristic. Yeah, he
wow.
He had that same ogre, the pointy ears coming out the side of his head, but he looked like a very menacing ogre. They found his picture and they were like, "Wow, he's as crazy big of a head as this guy has, and big nose and gigantic ears and gigantic mouth." He actually did have what seemed like a very attractable side to him, And so
he's gentle.
very gentle giant. And so they made Shrek, the 2001 film that everybody else knows today, which is insane that it's 2001 because it's now 20 years old.
Yeah, homeboy.
I'm about to be 30.
Yeah,
That's fucking insane.
Oh, well, that's evolution. People will grow and get older. Or when Moana comes out and it's going to be a classic.
Oh, jeez.
And then The Rock is going to be doing the 20-year anniversary with his daughter. I don't know. What's her name? Pebble? I don't know. But whatever her daughter.
That was good.
What I'm saying is, I mean, that's just how it is.
Yeah, that was the French Angel. That was Maurice Tillet. So what'd you think of that? That was a little more uplifting and not so dark and twisted.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I don't mind dark. I just don't like those other. That dude. I still can't even remember his name.
Oh, Marcus Wesson.
Marcus Wesson, or the one that I recently heard on Mommy and Me Murder Tapes.
Oh yeah, shout out to
Susan
Mommy and Me podcast. Big shout out.
Absolutely.
Love your podcast.
That second episode killed me. I just can't listen to that.
Yeah. I'm still catching up on theirs. I actually just listened to the Chuck E. Cheese murder, but that one was also a very good episode.
No, I like that part. I mean it. Right. But anyway, I can't remember the girl's name.
That's all right. That's I believe it's Maya is the daughter.
No. Oh. No, the story. It's Sylvia Likens.
Sylvia, like the werewolf?
Sylvia Likens. Yeah. It's the absolute worst story. Actual story.
Well, don't. Yeah.
I won't. But anyway, if you really want to hear about it, go over to that podcast, Mommy and Me Murder Tapes. Shout out to Jessica and Maya. Make sure you put this out on them.
I will, absolutely.
All right.
This is their little shout out.
Absolutely. So, but it's a disturbing case, and it's not that it wasn't a great case. I just don't like when
children
you have to listen. Yeah. No, it's not even that. It's just what this parent did to that child. And it's a true fucking story. But anyway, back to Tillet. No, I like it.
I liked it.
I like the guy.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a cool guy.
Very cool. Like I said, it was very easier. It was very welcoming. Yeah, it was easier. It was a little silly, it got a little funny. The next one won't be. It's fucked up. The next one.
Okay.
The next one's pretty dark.
All right.
So I'm trying, but I am looking for more ghost stories. So if everyone's wondering, yes, it's not going to be a murder all the time. I'm looking for more ghost stories, and I found one. It's pretty interesting. I think it even tied into a Hollywood movie, much like this one. So we'll find out. Stickers are still here. If you still want some, shoot me a direct message. Shoot him a direct message. You can hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And
they're very small and discreet. You can see here's my cell phone. Boom.
Look at that.
Fits right in the back of a phone. It's not nothing big and bulky.
Yeah.
It's real and cool.
Doesn't look like one of them Hershey Kiss nipples. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
It's not too far in the way. So thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we will talk to you later. Love y'all.
Goodbye.
Peace.